Little Nightmares and Little Nightmares 2 creators Tarsier Studios confirmed that they are done with the series, but Bandai Namco are energized to make more. It is a mess, but let me explain. What is up, SmackNPie here, and welcome back to another Little Nightmares video on the channel. I was hoping that I don't make this video this early after Little Nightmares 2 launch, but it was inevitable and it is now in the news. So you guys might be wondering what is going on. Little Nightmares 3 won't happen, Little Nightmares 2 DLCs, what's gonna happen here? But first you need to know the context of where it all started. Little Nightmares 1 was developed by the developers Tarsier Studios. Little Nightmares 2, there is a different scenario here. Little Nightmares 2 Tarsier Studios was helped tremendously with Bandai Namco becoming the publisher of Little Nightmares franchise, and not just becoming publisher. When they become the publisher, they own the franchise, which means Bandai Namco owned the franchise. So Little Nightmares 2 was made, it was fantastic, we all know what happened, reviews came in, everybody loved it, sales must have been insanely great. However, we knew at the back of our heads that this day would come with Tarsier Studios. The Tarsier Studios back in December 2019 was acquired by Embracer Group whilst they were working with Bandai Namco for Little Nightmares 2. We also know that Tarsier Studios was planning another game, another franchise, a new IP basically. They are talented, we know that. They have good storytelling, techniques, tactics, and their gameplay is fairly solid. So what happened here? Well, it is confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, that Tarsier Studios will not be making any Little Nightmares games in the future for now. And Embracer Group, the parent company of Tarsier Studios, stated that the Tarsier Studio would be now focusing on new IP. They say that they have good vision, passionate hearts, crazy ideas, and we want to give them the creative freedom so they can make whatever they want. However, Bandai Namco is excited than ever after the success of Little Nightmares 2 to keep making Little Nightmares games. So now we know Tarsier Studios are not making Little Nightmares games anymore because they are now acquired by Embracer Group. Embracer Group doesn't want them to make Little Nightmares games anymore. Bandai Namco now owns Little Nightmares franchise, and now they want to keep continuing this game and its franchise, because why not? IGN stated a good point here, that the move likely comes down to the fact that Bandai Namco owns the Little Nightmares IP, meaning Embracer, the parent company of Tarsier Studios, who are the developers of Little Nightmares 1 and 2, would have to either buy or license the rights to use it for any future games. It seems Embracer would prefer for Tarsier to make something new rather than take that path, which is also interesting because immediately after that essay asked for a comment on what its plans are for the series, Bandai Namco intimated that it could continue making Little Nightmares games without Tarsier Studios. We have nothing to announce at this moment, wrote a spokesperson, but since we receive so much love from fans all around the world with the release of Little Nightmares 2, we feel energized to deliver more content in the future, aka more money, more eyes. So TLDR is, it is an unfortunate situation. Embracer doesn't want to buy and license Little Nightmares for Tarsier. They'd rather Tarsier make new games, new IP, regardless of whether Tarsier Studios want to make games, because at this point they're in the middle. Whether they want to make more Little Nightmares games or not, it is ahead of them. This decision is out of their hands. But don't worry, one thing we do know for a fact, that Tarsier Studios and Bandai Namco have one more project left, and that is the next gen upgrade for Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5, which will arrive later this year. So we still have hopes that there would be something new with that. Now, will there be Little Nightmares 3? Little Nightmares 3 is in no jeopardy. Bandai Namco unfortunately would have to find a new developer for Little Nightmares 3 and future Little Nightmares games. Would it be the same without Tarsier's input? I don't think so. No one will ever be able to recreate what they created with this universe and this franchise. So Tarsier Studios, for all that, we thank you, and we will miss your work here. But wherever you're going and whatever you're going to make, we will support you 100%. We will be there with you and for you for what you've done in horror genre, and for horror fans, thank you. As for Little Nightmares 2 DLC, that is a gray area, because if they already have a contract with Bandai Namco, then it is fairly possible that with the next gen upgrade there might be a DLC or two that Tarsier Studios might be working on as of this moment. So when the next gen upgrade drops, they would be like, okay, we have the next gen upgrade, we have this DLC with it, this is gonna be our last farewell to Little Nightmares, and that is where they are going to end this, because I'm seeing Tarsier Studios, they are not talking about this topic in specific. If this was to be their final project, they would have come out and be like, thank you to all the fans and whatnot, but they haven't, which means they still have some projects left, they still have some contract left. So I am finger crossed crossing. Little Nightmares 3 and future stuff, it will happen, and I will touch on it in the future when they happen, because there are many developers I would want for this franchise, but since we are tackling Little Nightmares 2 DLCs and the next gen upgrade, I am keeping my fingers crossed, and I'm hoping for a DLC and a farewell, sort of farewell project from Tarsier Studios, and I would cherish it, I would consume it with every fiber of my being and body. That made no sense, but it is a sad news, surprising to many, but one we've all seen it coming. It was inevitable from 2019, back when I learned that Tarsier Studios got acquired and Bandai Namco is handling Little Nightmares 2. I was like, yeah, Embracer Bandai, they're not gonna get along. It is sad for many reasons, but I am hopeful for what Tarsier Studios can bring in horror genre. I'll touch on their other game in some other video, and I would leave you here. Subscribe right now. Help me get to my new goal, which is 100,000 subscribers. I'll touch on 50,000 subscribers in my next video, so make sure to check that out. I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to follow me on Twitter and Insta. It's SmackNPie. Take care and peace.